Good evening, Bhante and all Kalyana Mitras. Namo Buddhaya and Sukhi Hontu. I'm Aliana and welcome to TRV Friday Sutta discussion by Bhante Dr. Ganggodawila, Chandima. Tonight's class is the day 135 of Sutta discussion class, the first class of Cūḻakammavibhaṅga Sutta, with topic and introduction. Cūḻakammavibhaṅga Sutta is the 12th sutta that have been chosen by Bhante Chandima for this sutta discussion class. In previous classes, Bhante has discussed about Mangala Sutta, Ratana Sutta, Metta Sutta, Sigalowada Sutta, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, Sabbasawa Sutta, Patākamma Sutta, Patama Samajivi Sutta, Kalawaka Sutta, Dajaga Sutta, and Girimananda Sutta, which Bhante has elaborated those sutta in depth. For those who have missed our previous classes, please check on Ti-Ratana Vihara Amampedana Klang's Facebook page and YouTube channel. We have uploaded the previous classes there. We are always welcoming newcomers. Therefore, please share around about this class to other friends or family members so that whoever that wish to join the class via Zoom, where we can engage directly with Bhante, can contact the Vihara through TRV Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp. Or you can join the class from TRV Facebook channel, where we broadcast the Sutta class live on every Friday evening from 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Kuala Lumpur time. Our speaker, Bhante Dr. Ganggodawila Chandima, is the Associate Editor of the Journal of International Buddhist Studies, or JIBS, which is published by the Buddhist Research Institute of Mahachulalongkorn Raja Vidyalaya University in Thailand. He was previously a research fellow at the Center for Studies in Religion and Society, or CSRS, at University of Victoria, Canada. Bhante Dr. Chandima was also a Theravada Buddhist chaplain at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, Canada, from year 2012 until 2016. Recently, Bhante Chandima has joined Ateneo de Manila University in Philippines as Assistant Professor of Buddhist Philosophy. Bhante is also the Senior Advisor to Patisota, a virtual Dharma organization that hosts a weekly online Pali reading class, Sutta discussion, Dharma talks, and a variety of other Dharma activities. His Dharma work can be accessed at www.patisota.blogspot.com, and we also can follow Bhante at Patisota Facebook account. Without further ado, we welcome once again Bhante, and as always, thank you very much for the wonderful guidance and teaching. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Aliana, for the introduction. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Sutta discussion, TRV Friday Sutta discussion, which has been happening for almost 124 days from today, if you go back. And today is going to be Sutta discussion day 125. The Sutta is Majjhima Nikaya's 135. 125, 135, Cūḻakammavibhaṅga Sutta. And today is the first day of our study of the Cūḻakammavibhaṅga Sutta. So before we get started, shall we pay respect? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu Samma Sambuddhassa. Today we have Aliana, Kelvin, Margaret, Melinda, Sadiris, Barbara, Ang Swat, June, Lim, Brother Lim, Kim, Jacqueline, Lee, Hema, and you. Perhaps some others might join. And we understand that videos are updated already. So you can always check out Ti-Ratana Vihara's YouTube channel. What is the name of the YouTube channel? TRV Clan. I think it is already posted under the WhatsApp group, so it's easy to check out. So you can
Yes, Bhante.
check out all these videos that have been posted by Aliana with the support of her son, Aaron. Thank you for that. Grateful for all those works that you've been doing during the time. Okay, so Cūḻakammavibhaṅga Sutta. The reason why I chose this sutta after some time, especially I picked up this sutta from the Majjhima Nikaya, which is not a short sutta, but this sutta gives a full spectrum about kamma, Kamma. So that's very interesting. Also, we have to understand that there are two suttas going, that is Cūḻakammavibhaṅga Sutta and then Mahakammavibhaṅga Sutta. But what is Chula here? Does anybody know what Chula means here? Chula or Chulla? You can see in Pali, Chula. Over here, you can see little or short. But what is little? Is it the sutta? Is it the explanation? Or is it something else? Analysis is short. The analysis about the kamma. With regard to the analysis of the kamma, the sutta is short. That means if we want a full understanding about the kamma, we have to go to the next sutta. That means implied sense, we have to do the next sutta as well. That is the idea. That means after we finish Cūḻakammavibhaṅga Sutta, 135, we have to go to the 136 Sutta. That means Mahakammavibhaṅga Sutta. So by learning this sutta and then the following sutta, Mahakammavibhaṅga Sutta, you will get a good knowledge, lots of wisdom, insights about karma. At the moment, you have very haphazard, scattered knowledge about karma. Somebody says, all my bad things are my bad karma. I mean, what are you hearing from your friends and your colleagues? They are always making statements the way that they feel. See, look what's happening. I don't have lots of money this year, 2025. No good luck. Money is not with me. Maybe my family background, they all are struggling. That means I don't have enough good karma. So they are using the Buddhist concept of karma, the way that they think, not the way that it is supposed to be understood. Right? So karma is such a very highly misunderstood. At the same time, largely abuse concept among the Buddhist practitioners. Why do I say abuse? I normally use two words for that. One is anicca, change. The other one is kamma. So these two concepts are largely abused due to not being able to understand the larger, broader meaning of the concept. Right? The reason is that a lot of people read kamma or anicca from a very, a very smaller, limited area of the teachings. So that's why a lot of misunderstandings have come up in their thoughts, and then they share, and then they distribute their own thoughts to other people. See, look what's happening. It's all karma, right? So that's why in the Girimananda Sutta, we explain in clear terms about what anicca means. Anicca means understanding changes, good and bad changes, not even this cultural understanding about, maybe many books understanding about impermanence. It is going beyond bad changes. It also includes good changes as well. Who has told you to accept good changes under the anicca up to that extent? Perhaps everybody who is talking about anicca, they take it in a fleeting, transient nature of bad things, bad phenomena, bad luck, right? They never want to take it in a good way as well. So anicca is both good and bad change. If you look at the good change, we would have cherished this anicca concept. You may have never included certain situations, such as you were rejected from a job, you were denied uh, gaining access to something, you were laid off, but subsequently you were able to get something better than that you were planning to get. Why is it? Those bad changes came. We have a term for that. Blessings in disguise. Sometimes blessings don't come to us in a nice way. Right? But finally, when the bad thing happens, and after a while, we see something good happening, you never say that what happened to you was a blessing. Right? That's why understanding changes in a good way is making us feel very valued about us. I mean, making us feel empowered about the concept of anicca. In the same way, kamma. Kamma is such a very, I think, more than anicca, kamma has been pretty wrongly understood by many. That's why I wanted to pick up this sutta, because if you look at the suttas, you see that there are different suttas that are talking about kamma, right? What are the suttas that are talking about kammas, according to your understanding at this point, before we get into the sutta? What are the suttas that talk about kamma, other than these two suttas, Cūḷakammavibhaṅga and Mahakammavibhaṅga suttas? I mean, according to your reading so far, right? What are they? What are the suttas that are talking about kamma?
Girimananda Sutta, Bhante.
Girimananda Sutta talks about kamma. In what sense?
In changing anicca, that we can change actually the
Yeah, we can change. We can change the circumstance, situation. That is one way. Also, Girimananda Sutta specifically talks about kamma vipakaja abhada. One of the drawbacks of our body is sometimes we can catch up certain karmic illnesses, right? No doctor can cure. They cannot cure it. It's not a normal, it's not a regular sickness, right? It's like somebody got it through getting another medication, right? What if that you are getting sick due to a mistreatment, due to a side effect of the drug, right? There may be no medication for that. So Kamma Vipakaja Abhada is what we learn. And what are the other suttas? Girimana Sutta is one of the suttas. And then we understand Nibbedika Pariyaya Sutta. Nibbedika Pariyaya. Perhaps I'm going to write it down over here so you can check it out later. Nibbedika. And Nipedika Pariyaya Sutta, Anguttara Nikaya 6.63. In this book, it talks about not only the karma, but also the diversification of the karma. Why are different people going through different situations based on the karma? Same bad karma, same good karma. Why are different people going through different situations for the same karma? So that means there is a certain kamma vemattata. In Pali, we call it kamma vemattata. You can see it in this sutta as well. We call it the kammanang vemattata. We call it diversification. So that means karmas are not always happening in the same way, even for the same karma, right? So we learn from what is karma and then how does karma take different forms. Actually, why karma is done by the same people take effect differently different people. Why karma carries a very personalized situation to different people, right? That's a very good way to look at it. Why the same karma carries a different uh, situation to different people. Why karma is not equally taking effect to everybody. That is called kamma vemattata. So this is discussed under the Nipvedika Pariyaya. Actually, this is a very, very important sutta. One day we're gonna take this as well, another time, maybe as a full sutta. And what else? Cūḻakammavibhaṅga and Mahakammavibhaṅga. They should be highly studied. Otherwise, we will never understand what karma is. And then there are many other suttas. Achinteya Sutta. Find that for you. Achinteya Sutta. This is also coming from Anguttara Nikaya. Now, this sutta talks about something very interesting. That means the Buddha talks about that there are 4 unthinkables. I mean, we can think about them, but don't try to think a lot. Don't try to overthink about them. One of them is karma. If you start to think about what is happening to me from morning to evening, and you will become, maybe in a week or 2 weeks' time, you will become a mentally sick person because of the karma. Right? If you want to become so, you can keep overthink about your karma. That means while the Buddha is asking, don't take karma, don't just take karma lightly, but at the same time, Buddha is asking, don't take karma seriously. Interesting, right? Don't take karma lightly, because remember in the Dhammapada stanza, Buddha says, the Buddha says, don't even treat a small bad karma as a very little bad karma. The example is that someone is pouring, someone is trying to look at a certain pot where there is a certain drop of water entering into that empty pot. But from the outside, what we can see is that these are just water drops. Sometimes when you have a leakage in your house, until the person who is going to come to fix the roof, you might bring certain basins, baskets, certain pots, because there's a leakage from them. But you just put it, only certain small drops are coming from the roof. But you just put it, you just place that empty pot. But look at it, look at the pot by the evening. You can see the pot is full of water. In the same way, if you do a small little bad karma, you don't mind about it. But as time goes by, you have a pot of bad karma. You have a garbage truck of bad karma. At that point, you can't even remove them very fast, right? It's like that credit card companies are asking us to pay minimum balance. Hey, you don't want to pay the full balance statement of account. Just pay the minimum balance, $30. $300 is the statement amount. And somebody is just paying the minimum amount, $30. Then what happens? Yes, that's a provision the bank gives to customers. But after 6 months, for the statement of account, interest has been incurred, and the person will not be able to pay in full. And the bank is letting that person to be in a financial mess, right? So that's why we should not take things lightly, especially those messes. So the Buddha is asking, don't take karma lightly, but at the same time, don't take karma seriously. Why? If you take karma very lightly, that means you are ignoring the impact of uh, more karmas, because karmas are happening all the time. And then if you are all the time thinking everything that happens to me from morning to evening in your life, then what happens is that you will get stuck with a mental sickness, right? How was your New Year time? What were you thinking a lot actually? Were you thinking, this year, everybody says prosperity, luck, right? Was there a day that you opened the door to get the abundance of wealth? Did you? Did you open your door? Your gate or door? Just for a while, just get the abundance of air into the house and then unleash that abundance. That means people are culturally or traditionally or maybe naturally, they are caught up with this, what do you call, they don't have enough luck. So we need luck. Somebody has to give me luck. If somebody cannot give me, at least the God should bring me the luck. If the Buddha is not here, then Buddha should send somebody to give me the luck. Now that's why we are looking at it. This karma concept is not a granting of luck rather than our own karma and then how we did them. If we don't understand them because of our tiny Dhamma knowledge, then at least to think about what may have gone, what may have been processed in our past lives, and in this life. So that's why the Buddha says, don't take it lightly, don't take it very seriously, but have a very moderate understanding. And let me tell you, it's a disclaimer, don't put everything into the karma baggage. That's the biggest misconception, the worst thing that many people do. When something happens, they would like to drop it to the karma baggage. It's like you are bringing all the files into the recycle bin in a computer. So, but like when you are, unless you want to format your computer, you don't want to bring all the files into recycle bin. Why? There are good, important files as well in your laptop, in your computer. You don't have to send it to an empty part of the recycle bin. Now, say for instance, you are going to buy a new phone. What are you going to do? You're first going to back up the phone, right? You can't format it. Why? There are important photos, information in your phone, right? So in the same way, we understand, even in technology, we understand we can't outrightly drag everything to the recycle bin. We can't, reset. In the same way, we cannot put everything into our karma baggage. Karma is one very important part, perhaps the most important part, but it does not entail all the experiences that we are. It does not have, it may not have a connection to all the things that we are doing or things that are happening to us. Okay, first thing first, let's start this way, this conversation, because today is the introduction to the Sutta. And then from next Friday, we are picking up certain sections. Okay. What is karma in Buddhism? Understand that karma was a borrowed word from Hinduism. It is not an original Pali word because it's a loan word from Sanskrit Hinduism. So there is a Hindu meaning to karma and there's a Pali meaning to kamma. Karma, kamma, same thing. Okay. So then, what is a karma? in Buddhism, not in Hinduism? That's a good question. So let's clarify this and then go to the Sutta's explanation. What is karma?
Bhante is volitional action.
Volitional action. Any other meaning?
Tension.
Pardon me? Attention.
Intention. Intention.
Intention. Intention. Intention. Volitional activity, action. And then what else?
Bhante, faith. Faithful. Faith. F-A-T-E. Faith.
Faith.
The thing is faith.
Faith.
Especially the karma, the Sanskrit word. They say, oh, it's fated. We are born this way or what.
Did you mean F-A-I-T-H or F-A-T-E?
F-A-T-E. Yeah.
F-A-T. And others?
Bhante, karma
Yes.
is one of the natural laws governing of the universe, governing all the sentient beings.
Yeah, I'm asking what is karma? It is a natural law, definitely. But what is karma? So, I mean, this really connects to your personal life, because this is the point where we are creating karma, or where we are creating karmaless actions, or whether we are going in the samsara or not, whether we are an enlightened person or not. So this is the bedrock of our samsara or nibbana. So it's very important to understand what is karma. Okay. So then volitional action, intention, fate, natural phenomenon, and what else? How have you understood this karma in your own way? Others?
Cause and effect.
Cause and effect. Cause and effect. It's more than a definition of karma, the process of the karma, cause and effect. Anyways, we can discuss. Other answers? If you are a Buddhist, you have to answer, because it is said that one becomes a Buddhist by thoroughly believing in karma. If you have to believe it, if you happen to believe it, you have to say, how have you perceived what karma is? That's very important. Otherwise, you are becoming a non-Buddhist. That very intersection. Yes, Sadhris.
Meaning that every action we do with intention, whether it's good or bad, there's a somehow there's a result to it.
So according to you, every action produces karma, right?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
But mostly is all the actions that we do, and also bring back past, collective, and all that together, and it happens when it's ripened.
Okay.
The result will happen when it's ripened.
Okay. Good. Yeah, others?
I think it means action, just action, anything you do.
Okay, it's a mere action to you. Yes. Others?
Yes. But wait, under the niyamas, but karma is only 1/5 of all the niyamas.
Okay, interesting. Niyama. And then others? Are you kind of skeptical, or maybe kind of taken aback? Yes, Kelvin. Yes. What karma means to you?
To me, they are deeds. Good deeds, bad deeds.
Deeds, good deeds, bad deeds. Okay. Nature of the karma. Yeah. And then others? What does karma mean to you? Buddhist karma, right? Okay. All right. So then we will take a look at karma, the way that how it was explained. And first we heard karma is what you call volitional action. Actually, this is the closest translation to what karma means in many scholarly books. Volition means chetana. The Pali name is chetana. Actually, Nibbedika Pariyaya Sutta, which I sent you, clearly says karma is chetana. It is said, Chetanaham bhikkhave kammang vadami. I tell monks, karma is only the volition. What is volition? Chetana. That means you should have a certain intentional part that you are bringing into the particular activity. So that means by default, your actions cannot be karmas. Because the defaulted karma can be karmaless sometimes. It cannot be always karma. Now, say for instance, you know that if there is someone who is mentally sick and then is going to carry a certain crime, even by the penal code, that person has a certain immunity. And whereas other people who even are healthy minded, not always creating karma. Sometimes they are not very much conscious about the activity. But please understand, Buddhist karma is such a very subtle state of mind. If you want to clarify, it cannot be a free pass to criminalize. I mean, in terms of demonize, criminalize one's own character, to put other people down, to bring harm to other people. Anyways, so volitional activity is important. And then in that sutta, Buddha says, Chetanaham bhikkhave kammang vadami chetayitva kammang karoti kayena vachaya manasa. Having volition, someone may, someone shall engage in a bodily activity, verbal activity, and mental activity. So that means it clears. It makes clear that having volition, someone is going on to do that activity. So that means even if you take a crime, premeditated crimes and random crimes, you can see that there are two consequences going on in the jurisprudence. So when it comes to our life, we understand Chetana is the karma. Another idea someone gave here is intention. Yes, intention is a part of volition. Yes, I mean in the Dhamma perspective, yes. That's why we are always saying when somebody is offended, I did not mean to say like that. Maybe I was trying to say something else, but that is how it sounded like. So you are immediately going to apologize from the person. It sounded like that, but didn't mean to say like that. That means this intentional part matters. That's why Samma Sankappa has this intentional part. So that means anytime that but there is a problem. The problem is that if Samma Sankappa, the second part factor in the Noble Eightfold Path, is right intention, that means we cannot have a wrong intention. Every time, if we are going out of right intention, then that means we have the wrong intention. If karma is intention, then how come that karma can be intentional in a bad way? So it can be a default mood at that point. So although there are certain things that we can allude to the intention with regard to volition, but there are certain clashes with regard to Samma Sankappa, because Samma Sankappa is always translated as right intention. Because the intentions are morally different. If you want to have a good intention, you have to put effort on that. If you don't put effort on that, you are naturally in the wrong intention. What you call intentions on extreme sensual pleasures, intention on harming other people, including oneself, intention on torturing other people, right? And people can torture others differently, right? Physically, mentally, emotionally. Do some people torture other people financially? Financial abuse, torture, right? Financially, you have to spend money on me, right? And I'm like that. So that means people can bully and torture others from many ways. Anyways, so intention is that. And then another idea that someone told here was that fate. Karma is fate. Actually, this is the misunderstanding about the karma that was happened during the Buddha time. Buddha said, karma is not fate. Karma is a conscious activity. But the vipaka, the result of the karma, can be called as fate. So this is what you got. Say, for instance, there were 3 misunderstandings, according to Buddha, with regard to karma. He mentions in one of the suttas, he says that there are 3 wrong ideas about what karma is. Number 1 is Issara Nimmana Hetuvada. It's number 1, which means people believe during the Buddhist time or pre-Buddhist time that all the happiness, unhappiness that we all are experiencing in our life were granted by the God, or maybe a supernatural person that we can see, we cannot see. So the Buddha said that is incorrect. There is no someone like that. Number 2 is Ubbe Kata Hetuvada. All the things that we are experiencing as being happy, unhappy, come totally, entirely from the past lives. Buddha said incorrect. That is wrong as well. And the 3rd misconception is things that we are happiness, unhappiness we are experiencing, they are coming from haphazard, random reasons. They were like, I'm happy because of a random reason. And we are happy for a random situation. No, they are not random. For us, it can be random because of our tiny understanding of karma. But there are reasons. Sometimes you may have seen that you suddenly bump into somebody and then you get to know someone. And then this person is giving you lots of happiness. I mean, not unnecessary things. I mean, as a friend. And you think, this is a very cool encounter in my life. But more than that, maybe the people that we are with, we are not feeling that much happy. But these new encounters in a good way, ethical way, giving that kind of happiness. You think this is a random encounter because due to your tiny understanding about God. But there are reasons that you must have crossed paths in your many previous lives. It's like one man was trying to cut a very long tree and the Buddha was going on that way. And he asked, why are you cutting this 400, 500, 600 years old tree? This is a blessing. Then he said, dear monk, he didn't know who this person is. Dear monk, I'm cutting this because my father asked me to bury me when I passed away in a place that nobody had been buried. And I thought this tree seems to be very long, very ancient, so I'm going to cut it. Then the Buddha said, you know what? Your father has been buried more than 500 times in the same place. Right? So that means your father has been buried in the same right here more than 500 lifetimes. What does it mean? It's like one day the Buddha said, even being a bird, any kind of bird, eagle, a bat, pigeon, or a crow, I cannot say I have never flown from this particular place. I have flown everywhere as a bird in this universe. What does this mean? And if you go to some of the suttas in the Samyutta Nikaya, Asa Sutta, ASSU, these suttas tell us the amount of tears that we shed in terms of our mother's death are more than the amount of all the oceans. The amount of the tears that we had shed during our father's death alone go more than the amount of water in 7 oceans. What does it mean that we have been born in different lives in different ways, right? So these are different ideas, right? And but early Mahayana people, they took it differently. I mean, you know, Lankavatara Sutra. I think, do you know this sutta, Lankavatara Sutra? This is a part of Mahayana Sutta, early Mahayana, okay? Not about Southern Pundarika, Bhadrachedika, Avatansaka. I mean, you can see different sutras now. Lankavatara Sutra says you can't eat meat, fish, a good idea in the modern world, because this fish could be your mother in a past life, right? This meat could be your father in a previous life. Who knows? Then we had to bring an argument. Your husband was your father in the previous life. You can't be as such. Your wife could have been your mother in the previous life, right? So we can't bring this understanding all the time. But the sansaric engagement is too far. I mean, it can go back to many billions, trillions. So that means there are connections to us in many lives. So according to Buddha, karma is not fate. Karma is one of the most influential facts that can influence us in one of the most influential, one of the, not everything, one of the most influential reasons that can affect us. It's not fate, because if it is fate, it cannot be changed. If karma is fate, you can't change it. You can't edit it, revise it. Then karma is not fate. But if you think that everything happens from the past life, you may call it, this is my fate. Why don't we negotiate with our karma? Yes, some karmas can be negotiable, right? Karmas other than 6 heinous karma. Anyways, that's one of the ideas. And someone has said karma is niyamas. Where did Buddha talk about the niyamas? What is a niyama? The Pali word is this. Niyama. Niyama means law. But where did Buddha talk about this? Buddha doesn't talk about this in the Sutta Pitaka. Where is it mentioned? This is mentioned in the Abhidhamma-pitaka. Most probably in the Attasalini. Attasalini is the commentary to the Dhammasangani, if I'm correct. Yeah, Attasalini. So it's Abhidhamma work. So in this Abhidhamma work, they talk about karma as a part of 5 laws. What do you call Utuniyama, Bijaniyama, Dhammaniyama, Kammaniyama, Chittaniyama. They say whatever the things that are happening from seasonal effects, they are not part of karma. Say, for instance, you are going out in the frozen cold and then you get sick because of not wearing properly enough into that weather. So you can't blame your karma just because of that. And what is the situation happening with the germination process? You take a seed and you see a tree, photosynthesis in the science, right? How does a seed take root within the tree? It's like you see a mango fruit. Where was the mango before? When it was a seed, where was it? No, it is the essence of the seed that was expanded as a mango fruit after. Essence. So this is not part of karma. This is a process of the universe. Germination. Even if you take photosynthesis, how does seed communicate food between different parts of the process? And then what about Utubija Dhammaniya? Dhamma means why are we aging? Why are we aging? Is it because of the Buddha? Is it because of the Deva? Is it because of the God in Buddhism? Is it because my collagen is going to get tired? What's going on? It is because of the Dhammaniyam, not about my collagen, not about my bone problem, not about hanging, aching part of the body. It's because we are part of the universe. It's called Dhammaniyam. Why am I dying one day? Why are my loved ones going to die? It's not the problem of anybody, right? In Sri Lanka, like when people want to bury someone's body, pretty interesting. Not all the bodies are cremated. Long time ago. Nowadays they are cremating. Difficult to find out the burial. So if you go to a certain burial ceremony, funeral ceremony, you see there is a very large banner in the gate of the cemetery. What is it mentioned? Our beloved one was taken by the evil Mara. Ruduru Marua has taken our beloved one. You're still having a lot of anger towards the Mara. You know that Mara will take us one day, right? Ruduru Marua has taken. Ruduru means cruel Mara has taken our friend, has taken our loved ones, right? So this itself shows that how much anger we have about the Mara. We know Mara will take us at the end. Even Mara took the Buddha as well, right? If Buddha was exempt from the Mara, he could have been living with us so far. No, he had to die. And then the true happiness took effect after he passed away. Because this Panchakanda bodies belong to Mara. It's not belong to the Buddha. It's not belong to the Sakka or anybody else. It's belong to the Mara. So the idea is that why we are aging, why we may be getting sick, it's because of the law, the law of this universe. And what about the what do you call Utu, Bija, Dhamma, Kama, Chitta? Chitta Niyama means the dynamics within the mind and mental factors. Chitta, Chetasika. If you learn some Abhidhamma, you know, Chitta, Chetasika. Why are some people becoming very different in a moment of time? Why are good people becoming very unwise? Why are bad people becoming wise for a moment? Because of the changes with regard to the mind and mental. And then finally, Kammaniyam. Kammaniyam means all the volitional actions create vipaka. So this clearly means Kamma is one of them. But please make sure that this is from the Abhidhamma's commentary. It's not in the Sutta. But they inform a certain aspect of Kamma. All right, what was the other one? Cause and effect. Yes, everything in Buddhist concept happens because of the Paticca Samuppada. Paticca Samuppada means what you call every effect, every result has a precedent cause. Now the problem is cause does not simply arise, lead to an effect. Cause has to be conditioned by conditions in order for the cause to create effect, right? I think we are studying it a little bit in today's introduction as well. Anyways, I think because of the timing, we have to go to the Sutta a little bit now. Once again, I want to tell you, Kamma is Chetana. Chetana means volitional action. But then what about volitionless actions? May we carry certain volitionless actions? Intentionless actions. What do you think? May we create karmaless actions sometimes? May we execute karmaless activities? Do we have karmaless activities? According to Hinduism, every activity is a karma. Every activity is a karma. But Buddhism, Buddha says, not every activity is a karma. Only volitional activities are karmas. Then that gives us a certain impression that there could be karmaless actions. What are the karmaless actions? Are you doing karmaless actions sometimes? What if that you unintentionally stepping on an ant? Are you creating a karma? If you know that you are stepping on the tiny creature. What if that you are a careless, unmindful person? How can you become an unmindful person? Say, for instance, you are not cleaning your house. You are not sweeping the floor. You are not keeping your house clean and tidy. Then what happens? When the house is not clean, uninvited guests are coming into your house. Why are they coming? You have invited them in a way. You have invited them because you are making house a mess, so ants are coming. There are people who are not washing the cups after they had their milk or whatever drinks, sugary stuff. Then what happened? They are leaving everything in the sink over there. Then when the cup is not washed with these milky stuff, then ants are coming. Ants are coming. Tiny creatures are coming into those cups. Then the next time the person wants to have a drink or whatever, are they trying to let them go? Are they trying to just go and then hold it to the sink, to the tap? What are they doing? Are they becoming that tolerant to wash the cup after that? I don't think so. They want to have a quick drink and then go. So then you see that there are tiny creatures over there. Because of our unmindful activities, we are letting a lot of tiny creatures to come and then finally we are killing them. That means this mindfulness is such a very daily conscious activity. It's not just a retreat activity. It's planning early about what I'm going to do. Am I going to jeopardize other beings? in my activities. Not that you finish everything and you go to the room and sit down and meditate about something, right? It's more than that. You may do so. So that means there are karmaless actions too. Let's say you are such a good person, you are a very organized person, then you are planning very well, so you can minimize. So this is one aspect. Then that means I would say unconscious activities that can happen, but at the expense of activation of your mindfulness. That means if you are supposed to do it, but sometimes you might lose it. That is one aspect of karmaless action. Second aspect is this is exclusive for the arahants. Why? Do arahants create good karma? Forget about the bad karma.
Yes, ahosi.
Huh?
Ahosi karma.
Yeah, I'm asking, do arahants create good karma?
Uh,
Are their actions are karmaless?
karmaless.
Their action is karmaless.
Their actions are karma. So you can't say arahant is offering flowers, he is making good karma. You can't say like that. Because that activity doesn't become a karma. When the Buddha is going to help out other people, it's not a karma. Right? But the people who are becoming blessed, they are creating karma. Enlightened people's activities are not karma. They are called karmaless actions. You can call ahosi kamma. In the Abhidhamma, they say kiriya chitta. In the Abhidhamma books, they are creating a word called kiriya chitta. Just a what you call karmaless action. But you don't need to go to Abhidhamma. You can use it as ahosikam. It means the effect is impeded because of that. That means if you're becoming a better person in Buddhism, you are not even creating karma because you don't need karma. Right? Because karma is also a trap to us. Why is it? Because every time we make karma, we have to experience it in the next life. Right? But at the moment, if you are not enlightened, you need karma. Why? Most of the things that we are experiencing, our happiness, money, luck, everything, most of them are coming from certain activities we may have done in the past life. But what if someone is waiting for their karma to take effect? Applying for a job for many times, always getting rejected, and choosing people to be surrounded with, but never find out. And when we ask, what's going on? I am waiting my good karma to take effect. When is that good karma to take effect? I don't know. That's such a very lame activity. Because have you ever heard this statement in some of the cultures? In Sri Lanka, they have a statement. When someone all of a sudden becoming better, successful, they say, see, your good karma was not in your bedroom. It's in the garbage box. Now somebody open up the garbage box. Then karma took effect. Until the garbage box, trash box was sorted out, karma was inside the garbage box. Because you are doing different karmas in the room. Now the karma was taken out. Now karma is taking effect. What does it mean? Sometimes karma wants to give us good things, but we are not going to let it happen. That's pretty interesting. That means whether karma is giving good things or bad things, we have to always willing to let it happen. We have to engage in good activity. Now, one very good thing is that there is someone who is giving dana every day. Every day giving dana. But the person does not feel really good about the activity. As a result, that person can be happy. But the person still complains, I'm not still happy with my life. That means perhaps I am going to stop giving dana. I have to do something else. That is not the good way to do it. You have to keep continuing your dana activity along the way. Because one day it can take root. We never know. Right? Anyways, so karma is Chetana. And then we have to understand how does karma take effect. And today, with regard to the sutta, this sutta is a very interesting sutta. Why? The Buddha says that why some people are going through 14 states of life, 14 states of their life due to 14 karma reasons. With the understanding that karma is one of the very biggest influences in our experience, but they can have 14 experiences. Let me tell you the story. Before we go to the story, let's read the sutta a little bit, and then we will go to the story. There are no perfect good English translations for the suttas, okay? So don't depend on anybody's translation, because what we are going to do is taking the harmless, the least harmful translation. Okay. So we will be looking at the translation over here and see whether we will understand. Once again, Cūla is not little sutta, shorter sutta. This is about the analysis of the karma is short here. Okay, analysis is only short, not the length of the sutta. Ekang evam me sutang ekang samayam bhagava savatyam viharati cetavani anatapindika sarami. You can see at one time, so I have heard, at one time the Buddha was staying near Savatthi in Jesus Grove, Anatapindika's temple. Then Atako Subho Manavu. Subha is the name of that person. Manavu means young person. Subha means the pleasant one, very charming one, charming, pleasant. It's the Subha is such a very young man, very charming, very pleasant man. And he was given another name, Todeya Putto. Todeya means his father's name. Because there was a village called, I think, Tuda. Todeya was the bank, businessman in that particular village. So then Subha is the son of the Todeya, Todeya's son. Yena Bhagavate Upasankamitva Bhagavantang Satyam Sammodi. We see something interesting happening here. Normally, when someone approached the Buddha, directly asked something. But this young man was a little bit friendly with the Buddha. When he approached the Buddha, what he did, Bhagavata Satyam Sammodi. Sammodi means he was able to delight with the Buddha. It means he had a very friendly way to talk to the Buddha. And then, Sammodaniya Katang Saraniya Viti Saritva Ekamantanyasi. Before he sat down, what happened? He has engaged in a Sammodaniya Saraniya Katang. Sammodaniya means a delightful conversation, a very friendly, for the most part, very virtuous conversation. Saraniyam. Sara means essence of something. Viti Saritva means having finished that friendly and then essence-based speak. What is essence here? Now, how to talk with somebody with essence? That should have been a very polite and very optimistic, objective speech. Normally, when many people talk to other people, they are not becoming Saraniyam speeches. Why? They go around, right? They go around the subject and then finally get trapped in a gossiping, But here, Todeya was talking very pointed, timely, at the same time, virtuous something with the Buddha. And then Sammodaniya means pleasant, polite. Saraniya means such a very truthful, and then essence-based. Sara means essence. Normally, many people don't talk Sara, because if somebody is going to talk Sara, other people might not like to hear it. You are too objective about the life. Become a little subjective about the life, so we can get going in the conversation. So, anyway, so having finished that delightful and objective, truthful speech, he sat down. And then what happened? Konukobo Gautama, and he addressed the Buddha with the Buddha's planned name. Normally, people don't do that. Normal people cannot do that. Normal people cannot talk the Buddha's lineage name, Gautama. They say Tathagata and with a lot of respectful words. This man is a businessman. That means business people don't have the immunity to talk like that. But what does it mean is that he was not a Buddhist. Actually, he came over there to blame the Buddha. That part will be understood after this. Because Buddha called his father as the dog that he has in his house. So he wanted to negotiate, talk to the Buddha. Why you call my dog as my father? That's why he said, hey, Gautama. Hello, Gautama by lineage. And then what happened? After that, Hetu, tell me the reason. Pachayo, tell me the conditions. Yena manussanang yeva, among the humans. Satang manussa bhutanang dissanti. Hina, lower status of life, and panita, higher status of life. Tell me, Gautama, what is the reason? What are the reasons? What are the conditions from which among the humans, why certain humans are higher, why certain humans are lower than others, why certain humans are higher than the others? See? The rest of the things will be discussed after learning the story. Now, what happened? One day, when the Buddha was looking at the people, normally I tell you that we have to learn from the Buddha's life. Every morning and every evening, he would like to seek out someone whom he can go and help. Normally in the morning, he would like to go. In the afternoon, he would like to send somebody. He would like to probably send a certain Dhamma image to that person. So he is looking at it 2 times a day. How many times are we looking at to seek out people whom we can help? How many times are we doing that? So have we learned from the Buddha? Or are we learning from very high-end suttas? So we have to learn from the Buddha. That means every day, every morning, he is seeking out people whom he can help. Very interesting. When we wake up, yesterday in our class, we discussed about this morning thought. That is the starting point of our compassion. It's also generosity. And then evening also, he is doing that. So he saw Todeya's son, Subha, this young man, and he also saw what may have happened. Now, the Buddha knows Todeya's son, Subha, has a dog in his house. That dog is not anybody, that was his father. Today is the perfect day. I have to go there and then do something because I know Subha will understand Dhamma on that particular day. So now Buddha was going for that house, and Subha was not in the house. This is interesting. Subha has gone somewhere, but the dog is outside near the gate. And then the Subha's dog doesn't like son spends money on spiritual activities. It's a pretty interesting story about the dog's mentality over here. So then, ever since he saw the Buddha was coming for Pindapata, he started barking at him, the bad barking at him. And then Buddha was patiently looking at him and then told him, Todeya, you did the same thing before you passed away. Are you doing the same thing now? And the dog understood. He reckoned me. He understood me. He immediately ran to the kitchen. At that time, there were no sophisticated smart kitchens. So he went into the ashes in the kennel over there. And then now, everybody in the house got into a problem. Where is the dog? He's not to be seen. Where is he? He's in the place where we are cooking something. Why he has gone there? He's not talking. He is putting his face over there. Then by this time, son came to the house, Subha. Subha was asking, what happened to the dog? Then everybody said, he has gone to the kitchen. He's not looking at us. He's not making any sound. He's over there. Then he asked, who made him like that? The Buddha came to this way today, this road, and don't know what happened. He must be the person who made this dog like this. Then, not even that, he overheard Buddha call his dog was not a normal dog. This was my father. He was very mad about it. The Buddha offended my feelings. Right? And then he went to the temple. This is how he asked this question actually, today's sutta. And then before that, he went for the second time. He asked this question for the second time. First time when he went, then he asked from the Buddha, why did you call my dog as my father? Tell me the reason. And the Buddha said, he is your father. If you want to check it out, I tell you something. Give him some milk rice, but not adding water. Don't add milk too little. Just give him some dry food, dry rice, and then stroke his head, ask, dear father, where did you bury the rest of the treasures? Just ask him. And then tell me what he's doing after that. And then the son told the Buddha, okay, I will ask that. If the dog didn't show something, anything like that, I'm going to come and blame you. No problem. Just try to do that. So when he came back, he was making a friendship again with the dog, and then gave him this rice thing without water. And then he went to the sleep in a moment of time. And then he was touching, stroking his head and asking, dear father, where did you bury the rest of the treasures? He woke up and dog was very flabbergasted. Oh, my son also recognized me. Yeah. And then he went somewhere in the kitchen. He started digging that place. And then he asked people in the house, dig this exact place. And they found out lots of treasures father had buried in that place. He understood what the Buddha said was right. And the Buddha not only said that, Buddha said, after this, your dog will die. He will be reborn in a hell. Because he barked at the Buddha. He barked at the Buddha intentionally. He knows why he's barking at me. Now, this means it's not a normal dog. Don't worry if your dog barks at a monkey. This is not, maybe the dog doesn't know the color. Red color, you get agitated about the color. But this dog knows who am I. He doesn't like you spend money on the spiritual. That's why he bark at me. Because of that bad intention, he will be reborn in a hell for some time. And then son was pretty interested. But I think something is very interesting happening in my mind because of what you said. So I want to know further about karma, right? That's how he came for the second time. He asked this question. Okay, let's see the question, what he asked. Okay. Dissanti Gautama, Manusa, okay. Now he's asking, Bhante, why are some humans higher than the others or lower than the others? Okay. And then the Buddha's answer is that, is this a truth in the world, in the universe? Do you see some are better than you and some are lower than you? But you are not talking about the people who are lower than you. You're always talking about how come he's richer than me? How come he's healthier than me? Right? Because we look at our misery from the people who are better than us all the time. Right? So then the Buddha said, for the most part, this something, his question is still going there. This Santipo Gautama Manusa, okay, there are 7 aspects. Perhaps I'm going to send this to your chat. It's possible. Let's see. I can send over here. Yeah, this one. Okay, this is a little bit clear to understand. Okay, Appayuka, why some people are short-lived? Digayuka, why some people are long-lived? Why some people are always sick? Why some people are rarely sick? Bauhabada, Appabada. Why some people are not beautiful? Why some people are more beautiful than they? Dubbanna, Vannama. Why some people are uninfluential? Why some are influential? Appe Sakka, Mahesakka. Why some people are relatively poorer? Why some people are relatively richer than others? Appabhoga, Mahabhoga. Why some are lowly born? Why some are highly born? Nicha Kulina, Ucha Kulina. Why some are unwise? Why some are wise? And in the Sutta, exactly, we can see the same thing. You can see Appayuka, Digayuka. You can see 1, 2, Bauhabada, Appabada. Appayuka means short-lived. Digayuka means why some people are living shorter. Digayuka, why some people are living longer. Bauhabada, why some people are having a lot of health problems compared to others. Appabada, why some people are having less health problems compared to others. Dubbana, why some people are not that beautiful compared to others. Why some people are more beautiful than the others. Why some people are more influenced than the less influenced than the others. Appisakka. Why some people are more influenced than the others. Why some people are poorer than the others. Appaboga. Why some people are richer than the others. Mahaboga. Why some people are lowly born. Kulina means at that time people were thinking that the place of birth is important. Why some people are born in better places. Why some people are very unwise. Why some people are wise. Then what are the reasons? What are the conditions among the humans? Why we see the difference? And Buddha's answer is Kammasaka Manava. Meaning sentient beings are the owners of their kammas. Owners. Right? Kammasaka. So we are the owners of our kamma. Not even that. Kammadayada. Our inheritance is our own karma. Now a lot of people are very struggling in their life. My father, mother, my grandparents did not give me the inheritance. Actually, real inheritance coming from our own karma. Right? Kammadayada. Dayada means inheritance. And then Kamma Yoni. Yoni means our birth. That's pretty interesting. Let me tell you. Our birth is purely karma. That thing I can tell you exactly. Our birth is purely karma. That's why we are different from the faces, our body, our place of birth. It's purely karma. And then Kamma Bandhu. We have relatives in our life, lot of relatives, but our real relative is our own karma, good or bad karma. And then Kamma Padisarana. We always looking for help. We would like people to be surrounded us. We want to call people and come back and help us in our house. But the real support is our own karma, good karma or bad karma. Okay. And then the Buddha says the answer to this question. What is the question? This sante hina panitata. Why we see this lower and then higher state is because kammang sati vibhajati adidang hina. For the most part, karma divides people into or between lower, higher status of things. So karma is the one that divides for the most part. Okay. Now I want to address what I think Kelvin asked. Kelvin said about deed. Actually, karma. If it is a karma, it's going to be a deed, good deed or bad deed, or good karma or bad karma. But actions are not always becoming karma unless you bring your intention or volition. All right, I think we have to stop at this place before the questions and answers, because the plan is that we are going to take 7 days for these 7 categories, which has 2 parts. So let's say from next week, the first category, why are some people short-lived? Why are some people long-lived? That is 1 week. And why are some people having a lot of sicknesses compared to others? Why are some people having less health? That is 1 day. So this way, we're going to go for 7 weeks, and then the 8th week will be our review. So with today, this is going to be a 9-day Sutta actually. All right, any questions about today? You must have a lot of questions. Let's go for it.
Yes, Bhante. Bhante,
Yes, Barbara, please go ahead.
we have heard of Dharma talking by a foreign monk who says that he doesn't believe in karma. So after that, we never go and listen to his Dharma talk or support him. Is that the right thing to do? We are a bit confused at that time. And we know that the Hindus' version of the karma is fated, that everything is fated. So we don't also subscribe to that. So is it the right thing to do that we don't
Before I talk about the response that you did, let me tell you something. If, according to the suttas and a wide reading about the sutta and even anything else, Abhidhamma, even other things, I must tell you that if we don't believe in the karma, we don't believe in the Noble Eightfold Path. Why? Under the Samma Ditti, in the Samma Ditti Sutta Majjhima Nikaya, in the Mahachattarīsaka Sutta in the Majjhima Nikaya, it clearly says we must believe in the good, bad karma. That is a must in our Dhamma journey. So, I don't know, probably there may be certain people who may have not read widely. That may be the reason. And yes, I mean, if you don't think that things are not in line with the Dhamma, so you may do the right thing. Yes. Yes. Right. Other questions about today, karma and all that?
Bhante, just now you mentioned that not all deeds are karma.
Yes. Let me put it this way. No, not all deeds. When it becomes a deed, it's a karma.
Correct.
Okay. Not all actions are karmas.
Or not all actions are karma.
Yeah. That's a better way to take it.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah. It's like the deed in your house. It has always been conditioned, the deed of your house. In the same way, actions, not all actions are karmas. Till you come up with another question, let me touch on another sutta here. I have to give it to you. There is a sutta called, what do you call, Kamma Nidana Sutta. The name is Kamma Nidana Sutta. These are supportive suttas about understanding Kamma. Anguttara Nikaya, AN 3.34. This sutta is very interesting because the sutta says that, now I think we will learn that in the Cūḻakammavibhaṅga Sutta as well. Now people think that, okay, this is the good karma, I should get a good karma. This is the bad karma, I should get the bad karma. It's a normal understanding. But when we philosophize these suttas, especially this sutta, it says that no, you do the same dana just like another person, but you are expecting the same result. It might not happen. Why is it? Now think about, two people are going to plant 2 mango seeds. Okay. What do you think? Maybe in the same place, in the same area, but you might see that one person's mango tree is growing better than the other person's mango tree. Why is it? Conditions support or disturb the process of the karma. That means not that cause and effect. Between the cause and effect, there are so many conditions happening to us. It's like what's happening in the germination process. That means different conditions can change the good reason differently, bad reason differently. So conditions, that means we should not only understand the cause. That's why here Buddha says, even the Subha asking, Bhante, don't only tell me the reason, tell me also paccaya. Paccaya means conditions. Tell me the paccaya too. Let's go and take a look. That's a very interesting point. When you learn what you call kamma, you have to always look at not even the hetu. Now here you can see, Kono Gotama, hetu, pacchayo. These are two things. Normally, when we look at the kamma, we look at do a good thing, you get the good thing. When you do the good thing, be careful. Certain conditions will arise. You have to manage your conditions as well. Otherwise, you won't get the full result of it. Say, for instance, two people lie. Two people lie at the same time. One person lies randomly without getting prepared. That second person lies by understanding it's okay to lie. But from the surface level, for us, yeah, you also lie, you also lie. But how is the karma maturity happening? The karma will be processed. The second person's bad karma will be worse than the first person. Why? The conditions that she was creating much worse than the first person. That's why from today, when you think about the karma, it's not only good action, bad action. Good action begets good result, bad action begets bad. It's also the circumstances, conditions how you are bringing forth into that activity as well. So this sutta clearly mentions all that. All right, any questions? Yes, please.
Bhante, I want to check if those good and bad intention but not carry out, does it mean that karma is not, there's not no effect in it? The intention is there but not carry out.
Intention is there, but it has not materialized in an
Yeah.
action. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I think the result will not be go to the provision of that activity. Say, for instance, can you give me an example? I can give a better answer for that.
Maybe the person have intention to steal, but did not carry out.
You are
or
talking from akusala
intention
point
to
of view.
kill. Oh yeah, akusala.
Okay. Yes.
And they intend to, but it was not carried out, or maybe we do some we want to do good dana, but it was not carried out. Intention is there, but not carried out.
Yeah, but that's the worst part though. Why? Because when we discuss about the kilesa defilements, Buddha
Yeah.
has clearly classified kilesa into two parts. One is vattu kilesa. The other one is what? Vattu kilesa, and there's another one. Vattu kama and kilesa kama. Okay, sometimes, oftentimes we may come up with a certain thought, akusala thought, and some people are going to execute them. So we can see there's a difference. But if Buddhism says that thoughts are worse than the activity. But if you look at it, thoughts, action is followed by the thought. You may come up to that idea. Then I think I have not done the full activity. But if the thought is preceded by the activity, then definitely that is carrying certain vipakkas. Because finally, karma is the thought, not the action itself. That's why when some people go do dana, they only look at the dana activity, physical activity. They are not developing their thoughts. Right? So that means, okay, from a perspective of a good person, yes, that is still better than doing it. Right? Somebody has a bad thought, but not doing is better than not doing it. But you are not still, fully in that idea of not doing an akusala. Still, these are coming. That's why when you are practicing samma vayama, your natural thoughts are kusala thoughts. Say, for instance, when you are staying like this, suddenly all the akusalas are coming to you. Why is it? I have not developed my thoughts with samavaya in my life. But I'm not doing anything wrong. I don't go and then do anything wrong. But still, I am not good enough in my practice. So it's a certain progress, yes, because you are not doing it in action, but still not good. Still not good in the practice. So how to go to that level? So then you are naturally a good person. But still better than not doing, better than doing it. Because if we do it, that is even worse in another way. So in volition matters.
Yeah, Bhante, isn't it there's from the intention, there's a willpower or wanting to do it or the effort, then it is complete, the karma. Is it right?
When you look at,
Willpower and effort.
yeah, that's why the problem here is that when we want to materialize certain activities as a speech, as an action, we need effort, right effort or
Yeah.
wrong effort.
That's right.
Now the problem is right effort and wrong effort
Effort.
does not exclusively work for the action itself. It works initially for the thought.
Okay.
So say for instance, now you are saying that, okay, at this point, if I don't do to make it materialize, then that means I'm good at the level of right effort or wrong effort. Actually, right effort or wrong effort start from thoughts, not the action itself. That's why in the Noble Eightfold Path, right effort is preceded by many other path factors. Samma Ditti, Samma Sankappa, they all are interconnected. So for somebody who is like that, I still appreciate, but bad things are not happening as an activity outside. But still you are not good. You are not good in your practice. Still you have to work on combating the akusalas in the thought level.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Bhante, in our dream, we are thinking is also thoughts, right? So if
No,
you do,
no.
no.
For that, we have to go to Abhidhamma. Abhidhamma talks about what you call what happens when we sleep. Once we sleep, we are not cognizing, but the objects that we had cognized during the day or before the particular day, they are working on their own. So we have no control, we have no management over the subconscious mind. But let me tell you, why people are killing other people in their dreams. Why is it? So that could be a certain problem in their daily activities. Right? So that means don't worry about the dreams, but worry about nightmares or maybe bad dreams, because they might be a consequence of your daily, the way how you spend the day. It can affect. That's why the Buddha said, if you want to have a good sleep with good dreams, practice metta meditation. So that means it has a link. That means if you are not doing well, if you are killing people in your dream, that means you are not doing metta enough. On the other hand, if the Buddha says you can sleep well, you can wake up well, you will not see bad dreams, that means it is purely an effect of metta meditation. But if you still continue to see them, that means your metta is not complete. On the other hand, right? That's how we look at it. Yes, Nayanji, please.
Bhante,
Yes.
can you explain again the difference between deeds and actions? I thought they are the same. I saw some of the translation in the Sutta, the Cūḻakammavibhaṅga. Some they translated it to the what's that? The shorter analysis of deeds, and another one it says the shorter exposition of actions. So is there a difference between the two words?
Actually, the problem is with the translator. Again, that's why I said these are not the least, harmless translations. There are issues because a lot of translations have done by the Westerners for the most part, and they don't have a lot of access to the Pali in the first place. So anyways, now as I said, you can use the English word deed for these suttas because it talks about the karma only. Now, this Cūḻakammavibhaṅga Sutta, the short analysis of the deeds, or maybe the Mahakammavibhaṅga, the greater analysis of the deed. Yes, you can talk like that. But keep in mind, karma-less actions are not deeds because they have not been conditioned or processed by anything else. Conditioning has been impeded by the enlightenment. So that means from today, when you are talking about activities, not all the activities are karmic activities. Even when you are doing, they are not karmic activities when they are happening. But if the volition plus intention is involved, they are karmas. Then you can call them as deeds, depending on the nature, good deeds or bad deeds. Other than that, they are actions. So we could say actions or karma. If somebody doesn't want to use the karma, deeds, you can use deeds. Or in other form, merits or demerits. But activities are not necessarily deeds. Or but when I say activities, they are not karma itself as well. Some activities are not karmas, because there are some activities, actions, they are karmaless. Karmaless actions. So they can't be called as a deed. So we have to differentiate, separate this out. That means not all activities are karmas. So those activities cannot be translated as deeds or karmas. They are karmaless activities.
So does that mean this sutta will be teaching us about good karma, bad karma, and also karmaless?
No, this sutta does not talk about karmaless action. This sutta is exclusive about why some people go through happiness and unhappiness alongside with the dog's problem, Today's father's problem, Today's son's father's problem. Because Subha Manavaka, son Subha was very, curious to know why my father became a dog. And that's why he wanted to ask this. But the rest of the information I brought up just to, clarify the misconceptions. Just as an overview to the karma. Now, say for instance, ahosi karma, they are mentioned in some other suttas. And then karma is not the only reason why we experience, given in another sutta. So there are scattered suttas everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Right. Any other questions about today? Okay, if there are no more questions, we are going to transfer the good karmas at this point. May all the good karmas we be making today by learning Cūḻakammavibhaṅga Sutta's story, and especially you learn a lot of things about the difference between an activity and a karma or deed. So activity and karma, they are two different contexts. So then you learn that, and now what are we going to do? We are going to bring all these good karmas into the transference and then sharing or dedication to the Devanata Maitika. May all the good karmas we've been making today be transferred to all the departed ones who passed away in the name of all of us. May they be well and happy. May they attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idammi ñāti nang hotu sukita huntu ñātayo. Idammi ñāti nang sukita huntu ñātayo. Idammi ñāti nang hotu sukita huntu ñātayo. Next, we are going to share all the good karmas with the Devas, Nagas, and Mahitikas. May all Deva, Naga, and Mahitika receive all these good karmas. While they are well and happy, may they protect and bless all of us for good health, quality of life, prosperity, and safety. May they in particular bless all of us for our Dhamma journeys. May our Dhamma journeys become very consistent, seamless Dhamma journeys. Finally, may Devanaga Mahitika also attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavataja amhehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavataja amhehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavataja amhehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Akasattha cha bhummattha Devanaga Mahidika Punyantang Anumuditva Chirang Rakhang Tuluk Sasanang Akasatha Chibhumatha Devanaga Mahidika Punyantang Anumuditva Chirang Rakhang Tudisanang Akasatha Chibhumatha Devanaga Mahidika Punyantang Anumuditva Chirang Rakhang Tumang Paranti Chirang Rakhang Tumang Sadati Dhammavish. Dhammavish is to be surrounded with Kalyana Mittas. May the accomplishment of Kalyana Mittahood, friendship, continue in our samsaric journey all the way to Nibbana. Thinking thus, we're going to make the wish. Imina punya kammina mami bala samagamu satang samagamu hotu yavadimbana patya. Finally, may all the good karmas we be making today by learning the concept of karma from a Buddhist perspective, may all these good karmas be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana silis nichang baddha prachaino chattaru dhamma baddhanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminati samichatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With those blessings, wishing you a pleasant good night till we see next Friday at the same time with the first part of the Sutta. Good night,
very
everyone.
much,
Thank
Bhante.
you.
Good night, Bhante.
Thank you.
Good night,
Thank you,
Bhante.
Bhante. Thank you,
Good
everyone.
night,
Good night,
everyone.
Bhante.
Sister
Good night.
Aliana and everyone.
Thank you, Sister
Thank
Melinda.
you. Thank you.
Good night,
Thanks, you all.
Good night.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Bhante.
Sadhu,
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 sadhu.
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 Bye-bye.
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay.
Thank
This
you.
is interesting.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.